This is DeerTech TV. Welcome to DeerTech TV. Today's all about archery and firearms. Why both? Because here at DeerTech TV, we love all types of ethical hunting. First off, we're speed testing what's said to be the fastest crossbow ever made. Then, we're stepping into what's supposed to be the most affordable and versatile hunting blind on the market. Can it all be too good to be true? Let's find out.
Well, there you have it. Welcome to Hunt Tech. I'm Brad Fenson. We're here in Oklahoma hunting white-tailed deer for the launch of the new 10-point Nitro 505. And as you can see, I mean, it spits arrows so hard that it knocks the bags over. We've been doing a number of different readings here, and it seems like the most consistent is 509 feet per second. That's really something to pay attention to because it's rated as a 505 bow, and in the past, most bow companies never came up to their rating speed. So 10 Point's really gone out of their way to make sure that they deliver the speed that's advertised on the bow. The Nitro 505 is a complete redo. I mean, this thing has a 17-inch power stroke. That means your arrow stays on this micro rail an extra 4 inches, and it is that extra time on the rail, that deep cocking of the string that gives it all that extra power. Of course, in order to handle that, they had to beef up the string. They added 4 strands to the strings and cables. And to accommodate that, they had to increase and deepen the grooves on the cams. It's a completely new RX8 cam, rotates 404 degrees. So that's a full 44 degrees beyond full rotation. It's got the AccuSlide system, which allows you to cock and decock the bow. You know, with modern technology nowadays, I don't know why anyone would buy a brand new bow that you cannot decock in the field. It is just so much safer than shooting at the end of the day, after dark, trying to find a place safe. And of course, you always want to release that tension on the bow. It's got an S1 trigger, 2-stage trigger, 0 creep. This thing breaks so clean. Safety features, dry fire inhibitor. It's got the brushes on here to line up your arrow to make sure it goes on properly every time. Vector quad cables. This is really important. We often look at it and think, wow, what's it do? Does it act like a slingshot? Does it add to the torque of the limbs? No, it stabilizes these limbs, prevents cam lean, and makes sure that every shot is consistent. And I mean, we've been shooting all afternoon. This thing is deadly accurate, and it's been proven to shoot repeatable speeds over and over and over. So this whole design adds up to a brand new, modern crossbow with the newest technologies, with industry-breaking speed, over 500 feet per second. Every shot that we've chronographed, most of them coming in, like I said, right at 508, 509. The whole new design of the 505, I think hunters are going to love it. It's going to allow you to shoot flatter. It's going to allow you to actually go to heavier arrows and broadheads, to increase your kinetic energy, to increase penetration. In short, it's like the ultimate bow hunting machine for people who like to fill their freezer with venison.
Don't go away. Coming up later, we're in Wisconsin with Brad Rux and his son Tinsay as they hit the woods with the all-new Browning Stalker Hunter. Will young Tinsay find success? Stay tuned.
One of my pet peeves when it comes to ground blinds is the vegetation underneath it. Always take the time, bring your weed eater along, zip all the vegetation out there. I like to go all the way around the blind because I put this blind, it's a Maverick, I put it in here well before the season. The deer are gonna get used to it. Once they're used to these things, they will walk right by it. So it doesn't really matter if it's brushed in or not. Granted, if it's in season, I would brush it in, I'd leave the vegetation up around it so the deer didn't really see it. But in this case, I like to take the vegetation down as low as possible so I don't leave any scent. And two, I don't have to worry about inside that blind hitting any kind of grass, or in that moment of truth, there's nothing in there that's gonna be in there that I can make a noise off of. So it's gonna make you more successful. I wanna take a minute and talk about this particular plot here. First off, I got food plots on both sides. There's a creek that comes through. A whitetail is the laziest animal around. So if you know where they like to bed, and I can tell you where they like to bed, we got one bedding group right over here on the right, one over on the left, we call it the green grass, and those are where the two doe groups like to bed. All these deer are gonna funnel to this food plot across. They wanna go out to the big egg fields that are probably about a half-mile away. That's where they wanna end up. Or in the mornings, they're gonna come off those egg fields and come our way. So what I did is give them this great transition area where they can get out of bed, come out, they got easy walking, they got trails, they come right to it, they're gonna hit the food plot for that last half an hour before dark and then mosey on their way. We built a big bridge because before we had the bridge, deer would cross that creek anywhere. Now we built a big bridge. You'll say, well, why'd you do that? Yeah, we can get a tractor across it, we can get our ATVs across it, but also whitetails will walk right across it. I mean, one after the other, you would not believe how they'll use that bridge rather than jump right across the creek. So it makes easy access. They're gonna come into this food plot, give us a chance. Now I wanna talk about the benefits of using a blind like the Maverick versus some of those other box blinds that are $3,000 to $4,000. With the price of a Maverick, and this is the Maverick XL, I can put two blinds in this food plot. So therefore I got one on the other side, which is the east side, one on the west side. No matter which way the wind is, I can hunt this particular plot. Because if it's say it's a north wind, it's blowing straight back, or a south wind, I can hunt in either one. If it's an east wind, I'm gonna pick that one. If it's a west wind, I'm gonna pick this. That northwest wind in the morning, it's gonna blow right over to the neighbors, which they probably don't love me. But most of these deer, they're gonna take this trail, they're gonna follow it right down, they're gonna dump into my food plot, they're gonna eat in here, giving us the opportunity to shoot. The beauty of a box blind versus a traditional pop-up blind is you don't have to worry about the weather. Guys, I leave these things out year round. This one's brand new, that one's been in there 5 years. It looks as good as the day I put it in. So I don't have to worry about the heavy snow collapsing it down, breaking all the posts. I don't have to worry about if it's cold and the wind and the rain is gonna be hitting me or it's gonna drip on you. This thing's completely rainproof, so I don't have to worry about the rain. I can close the windows down. They increased some of the features on this with the dark shaded windows, so now I got dark, I don't have to worry. It's almost like the blackout. I don't have to worry about as much as movement compared to the old style blinds, which were similar, but they had clear windows. Deer could still see you moving in the inside. If you want a great product and you're trying to double up on your food plot, if I was putting two other box blinds out there, it's probably gonna be $6,000. I did that same exact thing for $2,000. You can call me cheap, you can call me whatever you want. I'm a guy that spends his money wisely, and I think this is the wise way to spend it. I would rather have two Maverick blinds in every one of my food plots than just one total box blind in a different area.
You're watching DeerTech TV.
Hi, I'm Brad Rooks from DeerTech TV. Today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite guns, and the Browning Expo. It's a great firearm, but I love the stainless steel Stalker Hunter. Why do I like this gun? First off, it's stainless steel. I'm one of those guys that uses a rifle, and I use it pretty hard, and sometimes the conditions that you're in the rain or wherever it is, let's face it, you don't clean that gun on every single day like you should. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, you probably should, but we also leave some of these guns in our deer stands for the entire length of the Wisconsin season, for 9 days. And sometimes just that warming and the cooling down of the stands builds up moisture in the stands. And of course, if you got a blued barrel, I mean, you can get that rust started on a firearm that's blued, where a stainless steel stalker, you don't even have to worry about it. I'm not saying you don't have to take control, good care of your rifle, and oil it and everything else. But if I leave it in a stand for a week, I never have to worry about that thing rusting. It's going to be fine. I'm going to clean it when it gets out. The other thing that I really like about this gun is the synthetic stock. Like I said earlier, I use my rifles. I mean, I love the looks of the pretty wood grain rifles, but they're not for me. I'm gonna get it scratched, I'm gonna get it dinged. It's gonna look abused, where this gun, I can pull this out 5 years from now and it's gonna look as good as it does right now. I mean, it just holds up to the abuse, plus it's super lightweight. I mean, this gun's loaded with features like the other X-Bolts. It definitely has the locking 4 pins per your base and ring, so you don't have to worry about that ever moving. But what I really like about it, a lot of these firearms, when you have it on safe, you can't use the bolt, right? I mean, that's pretty typical. Well, here they got the overload button. All you have to do is push that down and you can actually undo your rifle, so you can unchamber it, which literally, without it being unsafe, I'm like Dad, I got kids, I just love that feature, because that way I know the gun's unloaded, it's still unsafe, it can't go off. A few other things is it has a special butt plate, so when you pull the trigger and you shoot, it literally moves that firearm away from your cheek, and therefore you don't have to worry about the recoil, which is a huge, huge deal. This one is chambered into 6.5. If you guys have never shot a 6.5, it is a dream to shoot. What I love about it is two things. One is it doesn't have the recoil, so it doesn't really kick hardly at all. I would say it kicks less than my kid's 243. But that said, it has ballistics that are equal to a 270, in between a 270 30-06 and a 7 mag. I mean, you can go elk hunting with this, you can shoot whitetails, highly accurate, low kick. It is a great firearm for any whitetail guy or anybody that's going out west once in a while. I mean, it's a great gun. Check it out, Browning X-Bolt, stainless stalker. It is a great, great firearm.
Coming up next, Brad and his son Tinsay are in Wisconsin for the opening day of gun season. And after a nice encounter with their target buck, they run into a little bit of trouble and luck.
It came out the perfect spot on a trail. I'm just expecting to see a dead deer, and boom, 10 shoots and totally whiffs. I have no clue what he did to this day. I really don't know.
You're watching DeerTech TV. Every year, Brad likes to take his kids hunting. Archery, bow, muzzleloader, it makes no difference to them. Opening day of any season to the Rux family is as good as Christmas morning.
Kid and Christmas, it's Wisconsin's gun season. I remember when I was young, I could barely sleep. I was so excited for it. And it's kind of funny because now, I still get up early and I'm excited for it because I'm hunting with one of the boys and it's enjoyable. I just love bow hunting so much that's my passion. But the boys don't care. I mean, if it's archery season, firearm season, they don't care. And they're excited to get out there. It's opening day. We're on a ton of food. My food plots did excellent this year. So we're sitting on probably at least 3 acres of food plot that's all around us. It's pretty early in the morning and boom, out he pops out. I didn't even pick up the glasses. I never even looked at him. I was like, Tim, there's your buck. Go ahead and take him. And I'm the camera guy and I'm not the best on the camera. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still trying to do the dad thing and make sure, we kill the whitetail rather than me get the footage.
Brad, Brad.
But it came out the perfect spot on a trail. I'm just expecting to see a dead deer and boom, 10 shoots and totally whiffs. I have no clue what he did to this day. I really don't know. So I know it's not the gun. I know he must have been excited. And the deer takes off. I'm like, oh, great. And then it stops underneath a tree. Now it's probably 130 yards away.
Ready?
Brent! Brent!
I had the camera on autofocus, so I think it's a little bit blurrier than it should have been because I think it was focused on the tree. But the deer kind of takes off, does a jump, runs a little ways, crashes over.
Yeah. There you go. Now push that forward and then pull it on, and I'll pull it on safe. There you go. So what do you think? What's that?
That was exciting.
I think you missed him clean the first time.
Yeah, second time.
You pulled back when you shot. You lifted your head up. I saw it. But it looked like you got him. I'm sure he's laying out there.
Something? There he is. Hold on so we can see him.
Came out in a shooting lane. I shot him. I missed the shot completely. Second time he comes around a tree and I got another shot and I hit him and then he curled around probably 40-30 yards and he was down.
He's a beauty. Well done, mister. It was another great season for the Rooks household.